told my department I will not be investing in project programme if we don't see some clear benefit broader than what that subject area is. Apprentices is absolutely key to this. The community benefit, the buy-in to communities is really important. We have, and I'm really proud of my colleagues' work on a programme called Jobs Growth Wales. It's the most successful programme in the whole of Europe on apprenticeship programme for young people, for 16 to 25-year-olds. And I think it's something that we should continue and grow. But I think I also understand that this particular sector, there's a lot of risk involved as well. So how do we secure? And I'm quite a modern minister, I like to think. I probably say, look, I always say what I think. That's my problem. And my officials at the back going, no, stick to the script. Part of the problem is making sure that we can de-risk some of that too. But it's a shared approach. You shouldn't expect me, or I shouldn't expect you to take all of this, but actually what's our vision? Can you convince me, and am I convinced of the whole argument of saying, look, we want to invest in young people's and skills in this technology. There is some risk about it, but actually if we want to be the best, we're never going to get there unless we do this risk. So I want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to, I know some of my colleagues are really keen on that idea as well, saying, look, if it's our objective as government to support the renewable sector, whether that be tidal or wind power, then we've got to make investments in there. So it's a bit pro quo really. You know, what are we going to get and what are you going to get? And if you're telling me that we're going to give skills to 100, 200, 300 people in the community that didn't have them skills before, I'm in that space. So, you know, I think I certainly think the skill base is important, and what we don't want to be doing is importing all the skill base. You know, it's important, but if we're talking about the long-term game here, then we have to build that internally as well.
Well, we invest over £1 million in graduates and apprenticeship schemes. Minister, we invest over £1 million in apprenticeship schemes up to 120 people. So it's of great value to us, especially if we're going to move into a new sector. So we are prepared to put our money where our mouth is, and we'd be delighted to come and talk to you and your officials.
Okay, perhaps just one more question.
Johnny Gowdy from the Southwest Marine Energy Park in the southwest of England, and we have a very strong relationship with Marine Energy Pembrokeshire going back a number of years, and have seen the benefits and synergies of working closely together across a number of areas. There's a recognition of the challenges facing marine energy, and I think they've been quite well documented in the last few months especially. And I think there's a recognition that really to overcome some of those challenges, we need to work together on a UK basis and on a European basis now. And we're going to hear later on from Ocean Energy Europe about some of the European initiatives underway. I have to say, I mean, at that level, at UK and European level, Wales has had a reasonably low profile. And apart from some of the good work that's been done by people like Marine Energy Pembrokeshire, perhaps it's been underrepresented. And I'd just like to ask, have you got some plans to sort of increase Wales's profile at that UK and European level?
Yeah, Johnny, thank you. I'm a great devolutionist, and well, I would be. I'm a minister in the Welsh government, but I'm also a great unionist and great pro-European, because I think actually we can learn from each other too. And I think I've been in post since September, so perhaps I won't comment on previous ministers and what their activity was, but what I can tell you is my department has a very clear mandate of what my vision is for moving forward. I think there's a great opportunity for us, and you know, we shouldn't undersell ourselves. We've got some great projects and we've got some great intellectual property working within the Welsh sector. We may be a little bit behind the curve at the moment, but we can advance that, and we can be the best, and I think we have to have the ambition to do that. So my team have been a very clear mandate. I touched on a piece of legislation that I mentioned to you earlier on about the Wellbeing Future Generations Bill. That is about developing sustainable development at the heart of our investment profile, and that's not just for government but for the public sector as well. And we've put that into place because we have to think about the long-term objectives and well-being of communities. I think this whole sector ticks that box. This is why governments should be starting to think about how do we move forward in them investments. So there's much more we can do. My team we share responsibility, but partly it's based on scale. Partly with Edwina Hart's department in business, and partly in my department in natural resources and planning. Things are happening already, and the Silk Agreement about what that means in terms of consenting, etc., coming to Wales, I think it just gives us opportunity. The complexity around some of the issues you face around consenting, whether that be in the marine environment or just on an energy concept, is complicated by the fact that part of it is in the UK, in Westminster Parliament, and part of it is with us, and part of it with NRW. I think we need a much clearer pathway so that you understand what the deal is, and I'm introducing a planning bill too at the same time, where I think for me, I'm saying the customer, whether that the customer is the developer or the constituent, understands these systems better, because that's what you need, that's what investors need. And I think there are things that we need to learn that other people have done, and I'm not afraid to say just because we're a devolved nation we shouldn't learn from other technologies or from other people too. So any thoughts like that comes from this conference, please feed it into my department, because I think we can be the best, and we should have ambition, but we can learn from other people as well. We don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. Okay?
Minister, thank you very much.
Welcome.